Special thanks to Elohim for giving us a precious mind. The truth and light of God is upon him. He chose a fearless man on a mission to save his people from the bondage of darkness. Straight to fighting to the nail, but cannot stop it for his another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. And holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. Holy, 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 a man sent by God, his another savior. Man with great wisdom, yeah. Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. He just like Moses in the book of Exodus. Pharaoh, let my people go. Nigerians who let my people go, or you perish forever. Biafra is possible. Blessed on every side. We are going to a promised land. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. Holy, 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 oh yeah, Nnamdi, another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. Another savior. Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. Special thanks to Elohim for giving us a precious mind. The truth and light of God is upon him. He chose a fearless man on a mission to save his people from the bondage of darkness. Straight to fighting to the nail, but cannot stop it for his another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. And my gentleman, holy, holy, Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. Holy, 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 a man sent by God, his another savior. Man with great wisdom, yeah. Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. He just like Moses in the book of Exodus. Pharaoh, let my people go. I see you, you're welcome. Nigerians who let my people go, or you perish forever. Biafra is possible. Blessed on every side. We are going to a promised land. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. Holy, 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 oh yeah, Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu, his another savior. Pharaoh, let my people go. Nigerians who let my people go. Chineke. Biafra is God's people that lead to the promised land. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu, anointed man, he's our prophet. Holy, 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 a man sent by God. Nnamdi Kanu, he's another savior. A fearless man, whiter than snow. He's another savior. With a pure heart. Nnamdi Kanu, he's another savior. Yes. Umuchukwu Kabiama, ndewo. Because you're not, but I click the like button. Makamera, you need no watching Keta, Umife. Ndewo.
Why are we still going to the United Nations as Africans? That is a useless entity. It's not for us. The largest voting bloc in the United Nations are the African nations. We don't have a seat on the table. Why do we go there? We go to the United Nations to vote on their issues. They pay African countries, vote with us on this issue, vote with us on this issue. We have no business going to the United Nations, period. Right. We need to tell Secretary Guterres, thank you very much, but we're no longer going to attend United Nations. It's not our entity. Until we have true representation. Goodbye.
All right.
That is true.
Sure.
With every engagement with the West.
All right.
For example, Zimbabwe and many other African countries, the remains of our ancestors who they murdered are still sitting in jars in their countries. Why are we going to engage them?
Right.
We want those remains returned with repercussions. Right. Until that's happened, everybody from your country, out. If you were former Portuguese colony or Portuguese, get out of my country. I love it when, remember when there was this rift between President Mugabe and Prime Minister Tony Blair. And Blair was like, we're coming to take all the British out of Zimbabwe, we're airlifting them. And the response President Mugabe was, listen, I've given all my police and military that if you see any British citizen that wants to get out, escort them to the nearest exit point. Get out. If we can just make that position, your government is abusing us. Your government is refusing to give us back our ancestors, the remains of our ancestors who they murdered. Your government is refusing to give us back our artifacts, precious artifacts, priceless, that they stole. Right. Until these wrongs, these blatant wrongs are righted, every British citizen get out. Right. Every Portuguese citizen get out. Every German citizen get out. Let's see how quickly things will change.
Move from there.
It is those citizens who are going to now go to their government and say, we didn't know you were doing that. Let me make
see you, Chides,
citizens do not know
Mazi.
of the crimes that are being committed by their government.
Right.
So
they were salute to Chides. How are you doing?
So let's remind the people that every constitution
starts with, you are welcome to the program. Because you're not about any click the like button. Now, but please click the like button. Also.
We, the people, are the ones who are saying, let's come together, let's understand the issues.
Yes.
And so for those of us who are elders, who are in the know, we have a responsibility to educate and inform. Once the citizens are empowered with knowledge and the understanding of what is really going on, I do know for a fact, the average citizen of the world wants a righteous world, a world that is free of hate, racism, bigotry.
Right.
That's what the average citizen wants.
This is Biafran Exodus TV, bringing you the message of redemption and liberation to the hearts and the minds of our people. We are waiting for nobody. While others they are still on the way, joining to the program. Like Abapi also. Those that are opportune to watch this program tonight, then and those that are not opportune, you watch the program tonight. Tomorrow they can as well watch it. Today is another beautiful day, and we are privileged to be alive, to be in the land of the living. And we return back the glory and the praises back to him, because only then the first I nekele makamanaya, maka his grace and his mercy. Because only do aka. And don't forget, this our channel represents the movement of the people, by the people, and for the people. Oga mara ya mano toto, mara ya mane, mara ya manabali. And all the days of our life, onye kwechi ekwere. Obere nga ya bịagbu na ya, bona gela, gbugbu akwụkwọ na na azụ. Ebe onye bi ka ọ na-awachi. Ibe bere ugo obere, kesi ibe ebere na kwuga kwa ya. Umu Ife, I salute each and every one of you all over the world. Great citizens of Biafrans, good citizens. Ndewo. I see you, my one and one, EJ. Ndewo, 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 ndewo. My blood, Chukwu Goziege. Chides Adams, I see you, Chukwu Goziege. Dims, Uzomana, Chukwu Gozionu. Ndewo. Umu Chukwu Kabia, my gabapi also, Yotago, my gabapi also. And Umu Yanchro Kampana Balia. Yotago. Our topic tonight, so the time and the season. I on email. I'm just posing a focus on the times and the season. I on email. Please, if my voice is coming out clear, all of us because let me know in the comment section and check if the network is okay. Check the pictures if it's okay. If the video is steady, it's not shaking. Please, check here. Yeah, because check in here. All of the voice is okay. Let me know. If you can hear me well, let me know. If the network is okay, let me know. Let me know. Okay. There we go. There we one and one. Always there. There we go. You're good to go. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. One Okudi over. Okudi over Umu Ife. And this time and the season on Imeketa now, we are waiting. We are waiting no more. We are waiting no more. We are waiting no longer. We are no longer waiting. We are rising. We are rising. Umu Chukwu Kabiama, we are rising. We are rising to take over and to possess our possession. We are rising to take over our possession. We are rising to take over our land. And only some of us know Kita Nagana and I want to hear this guy and Kudeku say, okay, on an for the Katakata everywhere, on an for the fracas now happening around us, on an for the disappointment, on an for the betrayers, on an for what is the obstructions in everywhere, distractions in everywhere. Why is this still talking about? We are waiting, we are no longer waiting, we are rising. Everybody can rising. Some of these questions are making a guy in your mind. But all the man and the time and the season on email, he got confused. He cannot join this adjunct. But for those that knows the time and the season on email, you know supposed to check around you, check around the internet, check around what is happening in the world today. And then when a center now, there is a center of attraction happening now in Africa. There is a shift. There is a shift in Africa right now. And Chineke raise the Mazin and the Kalo quite all right. Unafugo notice we kuche Mazin and the Kalo kuche Samuneba. And the Chineke Chobri use Mazin and the Kalo were torn on that ship around Africa. But due to that Paramagua, some of us in Apa among us, regarding this Biafra movement here, it will get shift. It will get shift to Kita now. The shift now Gragaland is in Burkina Faso. Yotago, Ibrahim Traore is the center of attraction right now. And thereby can actually be the way up also now. Unulaya now in Africa now. Africa wanted to rise by Gaddafi. Gaddafi tried to use Africa. We turn Africa around. We make Africa go one. Can we one currency? Can we Africa we come all together? So that we deal within the West. In the West, but ways with you say that number. They don't want that thing to happen. Because all name allow Gaddafi rise here. They take over Africa. May Africa be a Pako. I got no bruising the resources in Africa because Africa one of our commonwealth of the West. The France wherever Hanachi. The England wherever Hanebura. And that thing has been holding us back for a very long time. And what people have been suffering for generations from all these decade of years. You have to go. Mazinani Kalonan stepped in. He started shouting, started screaming, started creating an awareness. It's about liberating our people. So you have to create a very massive awareness. The thing with Takwasazie, Burkina Faso, Takwasazie, that guy, Ibrahim Traore. But the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the guy took the mountain. He started turning around things in Burkina Faso. Then in the West, we were, say, okay, now this guy rise corner again. What are we going to do? Make we eliminate. Conspiracy has been going here and there. And I thought I guess we were for that guy. But before then, Africans have risen, the youth of Africa, people of Africa. Achon Kanya and Gaddafi were make this guy. The people of Burkina Faso, they stood firm, started defending this young guy. Again, now. Watching him in a Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case now. Watching him in a Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case now. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na ikpe terrorism. And ikpe charges of terrorism. And why did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ikpe terrorism? Or because of now Guinea. Nde Fulani na futazi anyone has for our freedom. That Naya didn't worthy enough to lay our hand in that our resources here. I've joined again, okay, we man, when a big better. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't suppose for no reason. Or didn't suppose when you're black game no I said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't suppose for no reason. Now all the whole Igbo elites have kept quiet. PM Seketa na age. Olende wunde manage which de kwa oku munna manage we kuche PM Samunepa. Ndanya na hamba nemekwa the same freedom ha. Oh, and I file legacy all manners of evil files against BM. Hebu ni moya aputa sada na aju onye na-egbu. Look at Kita now. Ima ikpe ifa na ikpe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. Enwe a lot of people now commit that terrorism in Nigeria and Fulani terrorism. Onwe ko nya na arrest. Onwe onye obla garaga pataga ikpe. I don't know what you heard this our brother and last time around Wazirike putara. Few days ago, he was saying all manners of things. Now I see that na one. Ikpe ifa na ikpe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Kita na. Young we discover go. Name will go. A selective injustice that is happening in Nigeria. That now go to the boss we bankete. Here na chi ime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why people are not speaking up? Or say that nakaya no kuya dron because ikpe ifa na ikpe at the end of the day no na again a for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. At the end, I got children here and I get tagged in Edishia we toyanga. And I am what they suppose to bank it. Now, what am I trying to say, Kita now? In we go conspiracy na gan Kita now. In the Finland now, I gonna buy ya. I'm gonna buy ya the ideas of this in the fallback here. Based on here, I filed reha. And I filed reha na Finland. And the only thing I filed that now, the agent of fallback, the fallback agent. With the help of Nigerian government, with the help of using Unye Ojukwu, now Unye Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, mandate DOS, and I filed all manners of evil report against PM Samunepa. Okay, we make a sure name and extradite in Nigeria. Finland government now is went to Kenya. Amamuno Ajo Uno Najo. Achom can be there by now first. I want to read out something for you guys. Kunu we mana buy na now. As we are no longer waiting, we are now rising. Achom can follow this thing, couldn't follow up, now. But just pay attention and listen what is going on. At the time, no whatever naga. Just give me your ears. Then I'm not here. Finland troubling signal to Biafrans. Finland's troubling signal to Biafrans. What Alexander Stubb Kenya visit means. On the May 12, 2025, when Finnish President Alexander Stubb landed in Kenya, it wasn't just another diplomatic trip. As a Biafran, I felt a pang of unease. And this was the first time a Finnish president had visited Kenya. This is the first time ever. A Finnish president visited Kenya. And why the official story was about celebrating 60th year of friendship between the two nations, something didn't sit right. Something didn't just sit right. You are right. You're right, oh, one and one, you're right. EJ. How can MNK get justice from the zoo? Jungle justice. And when we can get the justice there, onwe ihe ọbụla ha ga-eme ha release Maazị Nnamdi Kanu, but onwe something that is happening now, I mean, onwe something that is happening now ga-eme Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ga-eji wee dị release. Achọrọ m ka unu pay ya just pay ya attention, because this thing is more spiritual than physical. Onwe forces na ji anyị wee na-aga, onwe forces na du anyị wee na-aga, that our people that are not getting it, they don't understand. If you if you conspiracy now in our midst, a rain of fire is coming. A rain of fire is coming to our enemies, but people are not paying, people are not getting it. And I know what I'm saying. I know what is happening. Oh, you know, the time and the season if I know email. Why am I trying to say all these things here now? I'm just saying all these things, Nanaka. It's high time. They buying a happy sentiment. It's high time. Onye ọbụla ga-akwanyere onwe ya ugwu. And onye ọbụla akwanyere onwe ya ugwu na nke ikpeazụ a, when ndị anaghị ikunu, ọ na-aga ikufu a lot of people. When ndị anaghị ikunu, ọ na-aga ikufu a lot of people. And the man ndị na-aga ikufu, stubborn souls. Ndị a na-anụ ihe, ndị a na-achọghị use their senses, ndị a na-achọghị ịkwanyere onwe ha ugwu, ndị a na-achọghị ịkpakọ onwe ha ọnụ. Ọ na-aga ịbịa. And achọrọ m ka o mee any of us affect. My prayer, I am engineer ekpere ka Chineke na nye ụmụ Biafra niile all over the world. Obi Sarasara, onye ọbụla need ya now. Get into Ghana, go chara on this now. We are going somewhere tonight. Get into we are going somewhere tonight. Unugade happy. We are buying a Ghana Balia. And some of us, we are going to be more gingered tonight. Something is going to drop into your soul and into your heart tonight. Now, this message I get Balia. And Chitane, here in Ezeba was Zoma redemption. Oh, no, but pay attention. Oh, guy, and if you don't go to kind of go, don't worry, you're on your own. Because as I'm saying it here, and at the same time preaching to myself, and the only no message here, don't just make a sure and grab well, because we are about to save your generation. On the May 12, 2025, when Finnish president, because on the comment section, if you are the program is going, if there is a word that came into your mind, please feel free to write it down. Then at the end, I will still read it out. You understand? Just if I'm preaching, be preaching yours there in the comment section. We are here for each other. On the May 12, 2025, when Finnish president Genunti Alexander Stubb landed in Kenya, for the first time, Stop. Onye will finish president Stop. Okwe enyi nwoke Maazị Simon Ekpa. Okwe onye ya na-abụ na the same party, winning party. Maazị Simon Ekpa helped and campaigned. They are aware. At the end of the day, report upon report upon report upon report. And then Nigeria na-acha ndị Finland ọkụ. Then Nigeria na-acha ndị European Union ọkụ. Why? What are you doing? Can you allow this small boy now cause destruction to Nigeria? Why are you keeping quiet? Please come. We are going to give you heaven and earth. There is a oil well in Ogun. We are going to give you all the whole reserve. The natural gases. Come. Don't miss this opportunity. We are going to do everything for you to make sure that you extradite this guy. Please bring down this guy. We need to lay our hand in this guy. Don't do us this thing. Finland. And if in the Finland name, happen to this guy, we have evidence they are our people. So when I file the DOS, Monday, fall back, or my organ gramando to her, I need the ominous of letters. In case in the Finland, they will mostly Wuzi in the Anhabos where Finland to come and declare Biafra. Because return to back against PM Samunepa. Now file unnecessary rubbish, evil report against PM Samunepa. And was any other choice? In the Finland, because the dance was here to the tune of Nigeria. By was there the idea on that backyard level. Now they are now in Kenya. The reason why you went got Kenya now. The reason why had you went got Kenya. The reason why you got Kenya now, oh Makagene, Kagaga meeting within the Kenya. Go to Sweden, no, Ebe Mazana de Calona. because I'm an Finland, but they cannot do anything. Immediately this guy now, the European Union law, or gathering possible. They want to use Kenya because Kenya is a corrupt African nation. And they know that now with the help of Nigeria. That is the reason why Finland is where to Kenya. Take it or leave it. But the thing I get about Hanolu, mark it somewhere. Again, we didn't issue. But the kind of go in the eye fine go. Again, we didn't issue. Yeah, I go to look at now all the evil plans of the Finland, but I ain't get state chair. Then no kun we matter. The Queen Katanda and Akba against our leaders. But at the end of the day, Giovanni Buranya again allow all their evil plan they may prevail. They will plan, and at the end of the day, it will scatter because we are rising. The time and the season now, the time for Africa to arise, the time for Biafra to arise, and the winning forces of Lagakusinia. Because of a divine mandate, so no matter for Sobula Nagima arise against us, man Hana Gitipia, because go. If you don't believe it, you get believe it. If you don't believe it today, you get believe it tomorrow. You get metaphor on them. They must all bow. They must all bow. All must hail Biafra. That is the message. Get on table. As a Biafran, I felt a pang of unease. This was the first time a Finnish president had visited Kenya. And why the official story was about celebrating 60th year of friendship between the two nations, something didn't sit right. Finland, a country I have always looked up for, to stand up for a human right. Okwanda into Kasarobi. Okwanda into Kasarobi. Okwanda into Kasarobi. That's the reason why I say that now I need the mental toughness, because you can expect unexpected. Martina Nicolo said, we expect unexpected. You expect the worst that happened, but that worst will not discourage you. Persecuted, but still we are victorious. We are persecuted on every side, but still we are victorious, because now I want divine mandate. Chukuna Churiji were on Africa. I have come to come and save our people and to save our next generation. That is the duty we are called for. And we are not going to be discouraged in answering that call. Because if you refuse to answer that call, he reject or get quick so check your heart, check your spirit. Again at this Biafra movement. Forget about and while you are doing it, are you doing it with a genuine mind? And also, are you doing it with a pure spirit? And are you doing it with a humble spirit? That is very, very important. Then, as a Biafran, I felt only the this thing and always go to watching again. You watch at the right up here, watch them couldn't follow spirit here. You got one and don't the same way go and feel look there, assume if the same thing come on and feel look here. Then, as we, Genu Biafrans, we felt a pain of unease. This was the first time a Finnish president had visited Kenya. And why the official story was about celebrating 60th year of the friendship between the two nations, something didn't sit right. Finland, a country I have always looked up to for standing up for human rights, choose to visit Kenya, a place with a dark record. A place with a dark record of violence and abduction, to me and to many others fighting for Biafran self-determination. This felt like a pointed message, a way for Finland to say something to us without saying it loud. Without saying it loud. Without saying it loud. Child. Comfort to Carlo, one them or comfort, come here or come here again. Come here over again, man. But I'm on the comment section. I see you. Because I told me to distracted in the comment section. Yeah, comment to know. In my comment to know on are very, very powerful. But you know the way. But if I'm not reading your comment now, please don't get offended. I get check out Kotayo on. I can make a go and I'm in the spirit now, on the flow. But keep on flowing your own spirit there in the comment section. I'll be right back there. Finland, the country I have always looked up to for standing up for a human right, choose to visit Kenya, a place with a dark record of violence and adoption. To me and to many others fighting for Biafrans, self-determination. This felt like a pointed message, a way for Finland to say something to us without saying it loud. Why Kenya? Why Kenya? Kenya Lende, Kenya were our own people. Africa. Kenya have allowed themselves to be used by devil. And we will try Mazinan Kalo. For getting to almost 5 years now, Mazinan Kalo in the custody, in the den of the lion, surrounded by vampires and terrorists, judging him, now judging our leader, and the whole world is keeping quiet. Judging an innocent man, Akaya Diocha, and the only Mazinan Kalo, a person that is fighting for the freedom of his own people, which is a right, a self-determination, honorable disposing. Then I have to cha the terrorists in a bundem matter. Now Medugri, Manakano, Manazamfara, every day, yesterday, the Boko Haram got na camp, and the Bundi Nina na camp, they are Bawo Loco, Bue lot of people. Up to now, no single arrest. No single arrest of any commander, and then emenda attack, no single arrest of any terrorist. No single terrorist in a high court, federal high court in Nigeria. Only any single terrorist and a big bed there. Only any single terrorist and a big bed in a high court or Supreme Court of Nigeria. But they are handing in a party, safe and sound on a Nigerian land. Free. No single arrest. But to get an agagajide freedom fighter and a big bed. You may have a Mazinan Kalo. Terrorism charge. Terrorism charge. What is evidence of that terrorism charge? On Naka, something like Naka radio, pen and paper, computer. I'm a kind of charge there, terrorism charge, and the whole world is keeping quiet. The whole world is keeping quiet. PM Samune Pakita now, on Finland, after all years of helping in building Finland economy and the politics and everything, with a clean record, without no violence, without no fraud, a clean person, clean citizen, Finland. Agawurea Jidekwa and the Finland Jidea. Now in the Finland, because of natural gas. Because of natural gas. I am Hajina how we their citizen. And we are here watching. And COS Guaraha last week that na Finland, non ha warning. Na game ha choreko. Game ha choreko. Na aga photo gesi we end there. We are watching how it's going to end in Finland and also in Nigeria with Mazinan Kalo. With Finland and Nigeria. Nke Mazinan Kalo, actually Mazinan Kalo terrorism abi. Actually man terrorism. And actually man did they could be that case and say na Mazinan Kalo not Afandrea guilty terrorism. Now we terrorists. Then I am on Highland go. Actually, man, to have this land and Finland. Can me pon number? Can me can't pay deep? Can I imagine our boss pay deep? Finland up to now, how many months now? Borono Mazinan, Borono Simon Baga pay in a court. It be amount to say pay deep. Nigerian government with any evidence you know we pay deep. Then Nigerian government now also. But Nigerian government they are demanding for extradition. Can me render the Kapolata and Nigeria. And they want to use Kenya. We are watching. And they created this awareness here now. Let the world know. Let the whole world know that we are innocent. Biafrans mean peace to the world. We are not terrorists. We are not terrorists. All we need is development. All we need is fairness. All we need is fair, equity and justice. And if people refuse to give it to, if people refuse to give us that freedom that we demanded as a human, then we are going to do everything possible. Engaging because we die looking for what we are believing for than to die like a coward, which is we, Biafrans, we are not cowards. We're going to pay attention. Finland, the country I have always looked up for standing up for human rights, choose to visit Kenya, a place with a dark record of violence and adoption. To me and to many others fighting for Biafrans, said determination. This felt like a pointed message, a way for Finland to say something to us without saying it loud. Why Kenya? Why now? As a Biafran, as we Biafrans, media writer, who follows this struggle closely, I can't help but see this Finland turning its back on the values of it once stood for, or to play a bigger game in Africa. Let's talk about Kenya's track record, because it's hard to ignore. In 2024, along a group called Missing Voice reported 104 people killed by police or security forces without trial, and 55 others who just vanished, many in Nairobi. These aren't just numbers. They're alive, often protesters or people speaking out. But what it is even harder is Kenya history, the targeting people from the other countries, especially those who challenge their government. Take Ahed Sharif, a Pakistani journalist who was shot dead by Kenyan police in Nairobi on October 2022. The police call it is a mistake. Kenya was an evil nation, one of the evil nations in Africa, that the devil always used to persecute their own people in a very, very corrupt manner. And Kenya, they will suffer. Kenya will never escape the punishment. Because when you allow yourself to be used by the enemy to destroy your fellow brother or sister, you're not going to escape the punishment. The punishment of Cain must come to you. If you kill your brother, you can never escape the punishment. You can never escape the punishment. So it's better everybody need to wise up now. Don't allow yourself to be used for you to buy your own brother or sister in the name of you need self-relevance, or you want to because of selfishness, or because of greediness, or because of spirit of bitterness or envy or jealousy. That's the reason why I need to suppose make sure I chase away that evil spirit among us. That is the reason why I need to chase away every bad energy among us. We don't need it. But any one of us that is still entertaining bad energy among us is going to suffer. Is going to receive a massive punishment. Is going to receive a rain of fire that is soon coming. We must disease from it. We, the children of light, we are rejecting every bad energies. It's not in our DNA, and it can never be. And whenever you allow yourself to be allowed a devil to enter you, you see yourself messing around. You see yourself talking anyhow. You see yourself acting anyhow. And whenever you are acting, you will not even know that you are self-destroying yourself. Because as a man thinketh inside his heart, so is he. Whatever you think is what you are. When you think good about your people, you will receive good. And when you think bad, you are a bad person. Kenya are bad because they always think bad about their own people. And the God will surely punish them. We are revoking all their evil plans against them. And the one that they have already done against our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the punishment must surely come to them. What goes around, comes around. The police call it a mistake, saying that they thought his car was linked to kidnapping case. But my bullet, one of his hand, and flip, and letter, it's hard to buy that story. His family and others believe he was killed for his bold reporting. Then there is Kizza Besigye, Uganda politician, who disappeared in Nairobi, November 16, 2024. While it looks a book of lunch, a few days later, he turned up in a Ugandan military jail facing vigor charges. And for Biafrans, the wound is still raw from June 19, 2021. We are keeping record. And when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, was kidnapped right in the parking lot of Nairobi's Jomo Kenyatta International Airport and handed over to Nigeria, where he's been locked up ever since for pushing for Biafran independence. These aren't isolated cases. Kenya has a pattern of kidnapping foreigners. Kenya Kenya have a pattern of kidnapping foreigners, including Biafrans, Turks, Tanzanians, Ugandans, and sending them back to face punishment in their home countries. That is the reason why Finland now, that is the reason why Finland now is in Kenya. Obodo kita na ha were nwaya package Samunekpa now before Samunekpa na-enweta onwe ya na Kenya. Achọ allegation nye ya si na maybe ọ gbara ọsọ na onweto si wee escape o ji wee tụọ na Kenya, ndị Kenya kparazie. We are watching. We are watching. We are watching. The kind of punishment na-aga bịa discipline na nke ikpeazụ a. Ha ga-ama that na anyị nwa ụmụ ife. Nobody tries an umife, and nobody tries an umife in a negative way and escape punishment. Nka for sure. Nka for sure. Yeah, I find out to lulu every day. That nobody bu any get boom ya. Or ko egwuregwu o. Or kwa njakịrị. Ana m atụ every day. Obere bu anyị ga-egbu onwe ha. Onye ọbụla ife anyị tara wee bụ n'obi, ịchọ ka ịta wee kpọcha ya anya. Anya onye ahụ na-aga ịkpọ. Anya onye ahụ na-aga ịkpọ. Because obi anyị dị ọcha. Onwe onye anyị na-eburu ihe ọjọọ n'obi. But the condition ebukwarala anyị. Ebukwarala anyị. Okefuru otu Maazị Samunekpa Maazị Nnamdi Kanu smile na court. Ka Chineke na-ekpughere ya things. Ọ marago the end of Nigeria. Ọ fụchago everything. Ọ marago the end of Nigeria. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu doesn't even care whether ma ha gburu egbu ma ha dosara ya ndụ. The only thing na-akụ ya n'elu isi day in day out or freedom of his own people. Either you give him the freedom or gị gbuo ya. Either you give him the freedom or gị gbuo ya. Onye only two conditions onye na ndị Nigeria. Onwe ha na-akọ na adọ. Ibi ala ibe eko ilu ka adọ sige, are you ready to give me my freedom? You say no. Please now, don't forget about this Biafra. Your people don't love you anymore. They have rejected you. They have left you. Yes, no problem. Whether my people left me or they betrayed me, I don't care. The only thing I care is the freedom of my people. Just give me that freedom. Let me give it to my people. That is my assignment is over. Give me the freedom. Let me give it to my people. Then my assignment here on earth is over. Then unu chori buzumegbu unu unu feel no na get the freedom and feel no ogbubu kun ga-egbu ya. Obi adu no mma. Oka unu obi gbuo ni ya. That is the all ebe ka Maazị Nnamdi Kanu kwechiri. And okwa ebe ka anyụ ụmụ ife kwechikwara. Either nu nyere freedom a or unu egbu anyị while we are fighting for that freedom. Ebe ka mụ kwechikwara. We are not going to regret anything because no time find on email whereas our people are suffering and they are dying and they are killing them, no remedy. And we enjoy in that kind of thing now. So we are fighting for our freedom. Either we die fighting for it or we keep on fighting. And then back a brand Traore no ya. Nga na-aga ịgba iru n'abalị a ihe mere na Russia ara na-aga egbu unu n'abalị a unu na-aga ịnụ something unu ga-anụ unu amara that na-enwego unu ga-enweta the confirmation tonight where I'm talking about. Ka anyị gụchagoro the state of ndị Finland a ihe ha na-ezuzu na Kenya anyị kọchara unu the story ya ga anyị gwa ndị Finland na ama ihe ha na-arụ. We are letting them know that we know what they are doing. COS have let them know she knows what they are doing. Biafran government have alerted the whole world. We know what Finland are doing with the Nigerian government, and we are watching. But take on the camp of Ndobe Nkreha. This is the way they are ranting. This is the way they are angry. This is the way they are castigating that information that was being released last week in the fundraising by COS. This is the way they are annoyed. Anakopara. But we are watching, and we are keeping record. Then as a Biafrans, I can't shake the feeling that Finland is trying to tell us something by picking Kenya out of all 54 countries in Africa. It's like they are siding with a country that being part of crushing our movement. This isn't the first time Finland has made us question their stance. This is not the first time. This is not the first time. We are connecting the dots. We are connecting the dot. We, the children of light, we, the citizens of good citizens of Biafrans, we are connecting the dots. We are the unmovable. We are the unstoppable. We are the unshakable. We are the unbribable. We are the movable, unstoppable, unshakable, unbribable. And that is what Maazị Nnamdi Kanu represents. then we, the true followers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, possesses the same characteristics Mazi Nnamdi Kanu possesses. Because he got so many way true citizen of Biafra. He got so many way lover of freedom. He got so many love for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He got so many believer in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He got so many way Biafra need Buhari flag. Whereas he bring these qualities of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you don't carry these qualities of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are actually deceiving yourself. You are actually deceiving yourself. You are not deceiving anybody. So if you feel all these people they make noise on the internet, like Vam Vam Vam, check your Vam Vam Vam. Check the lifestyle of Vam Vam Vam. Okone blue flag, Nazia, red flag, go everywhere. And we flag on for here. Ghana, all of those people are for one catch a blue flag. But even at Paramagua, a guy visible at Paramagua, never have one. If you are Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you can never see only anything no blame consider that na how represented Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Always a good wash. When anything no blame consider na Paramagua, yang basra Vam Vam Vam, so na Parawa mo genkere, na Paramagua, the fruit hana meta. When anything consider that how much has we mata Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu a peaceful man. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stand for unity. Mazi Nnamdi stand for fairness. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stand for equity and justice. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I was somebody na kosa. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na chikota. Cheke disciple, ha kosa, ha na kosa, ana chiko. Even chiko ha bia kosa. So si ha ma wini apoyi, so si ha na manye na atuashe. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na atuashe, ona trongo Biafra ashe. The answer is no. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was telling Biafrans truth. PM Samene on Atromo Biafra when he was around with us. The answer is no. He was telling us truth. He was transparent. But check this people looking at the transparent. The answer is no. The transparent, the answer is no. Are they people? The answer is no. They are being motivated with lies. They are being motivated with propaganda. They are being motivated with blackmail. And that is what they are putting on to Biafran government. And at the same time, they are claiming they are the followers of PM Samene. What does that tell you? Who are still listening to them and who is still following these mediocres? And in this our time and this is find on email, mediocres are no more needed in this Biafra movement. Let me go overall. Mediocres are no more needed in this Biafra movement. Junkies are no more needed in this Biafra movement. Mockers are no more needed in this Biafra movement. Gossipers are no longer needed in this. Blackmailer, their times are over. And we are no more longer waiting. We are moving. And we are rising. Rising to do what? To take over our possession. To take over our land. And then we go template. And we go template. And those that are fighting those templates for us to achieve our goal, all of them are going to be destroyed. Because that was the decision they made for themselves. All I know I make it for them. Decision I make, you make sure not the only one, not the only one. But don't you say that now, based on the movement of the people, by the people and for the people, when you get destroyed. The question I would say, what role are we playing in this Biafra movement? What role are we playing? What role are you playing? What role am I playing in this Biafra movement? Am I playing a positive role for us to achieve this goal by helping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Or am I playing a negative role to destroy what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu built? We need to ask those questions. The role Kenya they play now is not to destroy the full African citizen, African people. I am a role Kenya fellow. Each other like if you put in Kenya, they will welcome you. Once you give them the $1 billion, they will execute your plan. But they are going to suffer. We are keeping record. Let us round up this one. Then Kayagazin are the main deal. Now here, Minister Samene Ekpa, another vocal Biafran advocate, Finland ambassador to the Nigeria, Sena Celine, even said Ekpa was hurting relations between Finland and Nigeria. You know that Samene Ekpa was hurting the relationship between Finland and Nigeria, and they were not happy. The song is the sound like Finland cares more about keeping Nigeria happy than standing up for what is right. Instead of them to stand for what is right, they want to please Nigeria because of what they're going to gain from Nigeria. I know that is a very huge amount of dialogue going in. Some people will be telling them there, you people should not do this thing. No. I know. Some people will be telling them, make una not do this thing where una want to. Biafra have natural gas. Allow us to have freedom. We are going to give you gas. These people are terrorist nation. And after taking this gas from these people, giving this gas, the same people will send terrorists to your country, to the west, and destroy west. That is their plan. Why can't you work with us? We mean peace to the world. Don't work with these terrorists. Work with us. You'll be telling them. But if they make this wrong choice of listening to Nigerian government to go and persecute this Onyakaya Diocha with this Amenepa, or they make this wrong choice to persecute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, maybe to try to condemn him as a terrorist, the rain of fire will not come. The rain of fire will not come. Mark it somewhere. We proceed. To me, it sounded like Finland is ready to put business and politics ahead of people like us who are fighting for our freedom, with the Nigerian officials likely at those meeting in Kenya. It is hard not to think Finland is quietly backing Nigeria effort to silence Biafrans. This feels like betrayal. Finland has always been the kind of country you expect to stand up for the underdog, not call up to the government linked to abducting people like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why choose Kenya, a place that's done this thing, unless you're trying to send a message? The fact that Amenepa is still detained in Finland only makes it worse. Do you get a point now? You go down button, clicking the like button, don't forget. The fact that Amenepa is still detained in Finland only makes it worse. If they hand over to Nigeria, like Kenya has done with others, it wouldn't just ruin Finland's reputation. Bagam. All the Finland is getting now. No Dubai. If the Finland refuse to listen to the voice of reasoning, and they make this wrong choice, they make the wrong choice. Just like COS told them in Finland when he was declaring Biafra. He said, Finland, we hold you in a very high esteem. Please, don't make a wrong choice. Don't make that wrong choice. Don't side these people. Don't side this terrorist government. These people are evil. On one hand, through that kind of comment, on one hand, create that kind of history in Finland. Kaumu Okoka, as now on the fallback group, na about terrorists, on Wakana board about Fulani, and I call you over alcohol. On Wakani Mepono, and I boy or about Fulani. Nkwans no Wonyara, winch, Iberowa, we queens with demon Jina no demon uji, wine and on Kai for an abon in Ishocha, Kogreko, who is bote winch and Afuanya every day. Only Jesus US are cashing it out on the internet. You're on because of an actually Troya, Chumia, Chufu, cast their way, Kayaquinsu. You decide to name as ebe CUS Brabia Kusiri Ebo Siri, because so when Zama. The US Batatrana, this movement, Batrana IPU, Batrana Biafran government under this gas, wolves in sheep clothing, green snakes in green grass. Then I don't know wolves in sheep clothing, Batrana this movement here. Now about Prico. Since I have separate her, throw her. You went anywhere. I want to bring her for an art. That's the reason why they are calling her all manners of name. That's why they are calling her terrorists. That's why they are calling the government terrorists. And why you are calling the government terrorists? You as a Biafran, what are you? If you understand, Hana, no. If the government is terrorists, then Nigeria, what? Can you respect Nigeria again, man? Can you respect Finland again, man? And when the Finland begin to treat you like a terrorist, go on, thinking how are they make exempt? You are also one of the terrorists. Useless people, senseless people. Draba join among our midst. They are now separated. And they use Zana as a reference. They are no more in what we are doing, the art of what we are doing. Because if you are not with us, you are against us. And there is nothing in common with light and darkness. So darkness and light, I'm still talking about those that are still paying attention to what they are doing, because if you are still listening to these mediocres, you are going to be deceived. Don't allow them to deceive you by the way they speak, or maybe by their sweet mouth, or by the way they manipulate things. Judge them by their fruit they produce. Judge them by their character. Check their character, whether it matches the character of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is the only way you catch them. That is the only way you catch these mediocres. You don't believe for don't judge them by what they say by their mouth. Judge them by their character. And they behave like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And they behave like PM Sam Nnekpa. That is the only way you catch these mediocres. And that's secret can you know. If you don't know it before, know it tonight. Stop's visit to Kenya isn't just a photo. It isn't just a photo or a handshake. It is a wake-up call for Biafrans, showing us that even countries we thought we are on our side might be switching terms. I am calling on the world to pay attention and ask Finland, where do you stand on Biafran activities like Sam Nnekpa? That is the question we are asking Finland tonight. Where do they stand? Where do they stand in regards of Sam Nnekpa issue? Finland must give us an answer. If Finland wants to be a big player in Africa, it can't just chase deals and ignore the people getting hot. This visit might have been about strengthening ties with Kenya, but it is left a bitter taste for Biafran. It is a reminder that our fight for global recognition is getting tougher, but it's also a spark to keep pushing forward. No matter who tries to stand on our way, it is a matter of pushing forward. And no matter who stands against our way, we are not going to stop. We are not going to quit. Because Elachazo won Eganiru Bondo. Nka for Finland story. We are letting Finland to know tonight. We are letting Finland to know all over the world. Just like COS is shouting, is screaming, is letting the whole world is carrying the news. Nigeria Ibugo already, Nigerian media is already, that COS, Dr. PM, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze have condemned what Finland is doing against PM Sam Nnekpa. Nigerian news is the UK news is the whole world, the receipt, on the tweet here, the whole world, America, Finland is no more hidden. The evil plan has been exposed. Always good news for us. And Nobi. So when Dobi and man shake about what they are doing, you are scared, you are afraid, you are scared about whether they want. Man, Obi have blata Sam Nnekpa kaefo. When you are from Noah, where PM Sam Nnekpa, Obi have blata, can let us see. And we are waiting. All eyes is on Nigeria about what Nigeria is doing to Mazina. We are watching. Okwande West, I know about it. And another good news now. Russia now, beside was in the Africa. Because in the West, Russia and Russia, China and that had the against in the West. Kitas now. Have half gone and the West in Africa where. And the West render Africa useless. Now render Africa useless. Now the very, very greedy and they had the heartless. In my end, Russia, Missouri, and the China. Hana chose it, Hatchore de neutral. Hatchrock at least can to. I can't really be Africa, but this Africa force up. One all not going to go and get choose. All not going to go and get choose. And if I'm making a point here, let me know in the comment section. If you are getting my point, even though I'm make we are fast now, but also. If you are getting the code I'm passing here tonight, let me know in the comment section. In the West, in Africa, we real with had the wicked, had the heartless. And when can Messi? Russia and Chosi Ipotasi. Even our own Burugo, at least go and go civilization, hard good fair. And that is what Africa demanded. That is what Africa demanded. Fairness. We only ask for fairness. Fairness, so we didn't ask so much. Nana fairness. Nana fairness, Kuchienapa. Nana humanity, Kuchienapa. turn anyị to their slave. Na-egbu anyị every day. A na-egbu anyị even na send kwura ma ndị terrorists na-eme ha equipped with our resources. A na-eme equipped. Ịmakwa ndị terrorists a na-eme ihe niile ifo na-eme na Sahel ma Nigeria. Ọkwa ndị West na sponsor ha. Ọkwa ndị West na sponsor kwa ha. Thank you, nwanne m nwanyị. You're making a whole lot of sense. There you go. Thank you, my sister. Your spirit. Chukwu na-agọzie gị. Because I'm like me, I'm never put this my spirit here with my spirit, soul, and body. They release this thing now. Ne went to hala confirmation like this. On any marker where Chukuna goes again. So these people and the West, these what they mean, with wicked ass, we in Africa, go ripia, zopia, nobela, one nedris go mean. The Russia will say no, none that the wicked. At least let us give these people fairness. You watch us so meet if I got now. Fairness, fairness of that now, that fairness Africa need now, I dig announce. That fairness Africa need is now announced in the summit now. All the go universal. That is where we are going now. I want you to know like Jidenaka. Mbongweji women and the West now, Akowashana. Mbongweji women and the West now against Africa, Akowashana. Let us now go there now. Go to New Zealand, in a positive way. In a positive way. Here. Number one, go the first. Before I go there, go to here.
President Traore is standing up. He is saying the natural resources in Burkina Faso, they belong to the people of Burkina Faso. Niger is doing the same thing. Mali is doing the same thing. Every leader must look at what's happening in the Sahel nations to say, like anybody else, you must take care of your people. You have your natural...
You must take care of your people. You must. Keep as well. Power have cheated hand though. Keep as well. You must take care of your people, whether you like it or not. Also, this time around, you must take care of your people. Only you take care of your people. One Nazobuogo, Akutuogo there. Forces in Agabia. Forces in Agabia. You must. Africa must take care of their people. The leaders of Africa must take care of their people. Mbongweji women and the West Akowashana. What did they normally do? They always send us puppets as leaders. Igafunda kahadicha. Igafucha. One another one and but let my spirit be controlled tonight. Igafucha ndaka hadicha. Mandena nyuma na trouser 100 years our leader. Aputa to aka hadisina aga. Aputa ebutu ha na plane. Aputa ndocha gafu France. If you can for France president onye awe ekwensu. Macron na ine na anya onye awe ezigbote ekwensu a na-afụ anya. Ebuta a control ha. Yotago onwe ihe ọzọ ha na-arụ. Otu efe ha na-eme aka ahụ ka ndị ọcha na-ege gbure katapila na-egburu gold na-egburu natural a na-ebu ndị Europe ma gold ma gold ga na-arụzi Europe. The thing na-agbawa ndị Russia obi, the thing na-agbawa ndị China tajara ataja igwe asị gị na nwanne don't go na we get this area. Kitazi now them go a shift. Fairness and they go announce. Look at this woman is saying. You have everything you need to take care of your people. Why do you continue to be beggar? Could you imagine?
Look at what is...
Could you imagine? We have everything we need to take care of ourselves. The blessing that God gave to us, we Africans. The blessing. Chineke back Africa, but with all the whole natural resources in Africa. Then by when you in Dutch, where's the brain? Imagine this why would you when your brain on Dutch how? Can Dutch how raise a brain now? There's in Africa, every resources now. Africa, near her fairness. We have good one, Jidenunka, Kai Wurenunka. Jidenunka, Kai Wurenunka. One not Toro Win talk. Equincy Bazar, Moamazimo was Equincy Bazar name. That way, Bazier. Instead of use brain, I have for Hamone. I'm a from African when brand. I capitalize on that Nahama here. Would it desire, would it now was Yabacha? We're now Babacha. But there is time for everything. And then where is the time for everything? The time for us to lay hand on our resources is now. And when it's not, if no more senior now, you watch Akita and Chineke Nemechana exposed among us. Because I would if none of this Biafra movement here, as long as we begat the Hocha, we begat the Iji, we be Barro, Iji, fake mind, where but Iji Arwala, Iji Connie, where but now this Biafra movement here, you are not going to last long, no matter how you pretend. On a very good day, Spirit of Biafra got boy Ashige. Spirit of Biafra got bag on here, get confirm on neighbor go. Even before getting man neighbor talk at really late. The man on your blood just drew genuine. Okay, nigga, 100% genuine. At least conscience again on one go down and man be and culture and Kim and Koma. So that game of things when I control on again. Or the very important. Africa must take care of themselves.
Look at what is being brought in by not only USAID, but all the NGOs in your country. It's peanuts. It's a joke that the African leaders should continue to be beggars of peanuts when you are looking and allowing billions to get out of your country year in and year out, if not trillions, in natural resources that your people should be benefiting from.
That side there. Africa must take care of themselves. The leader must take care of themselves. We have all it takes to take care of ourselves. We don't need to be beggars. All we have, and the time starts now. You're not going to continue that way. Kagazeni yemezini na summit in Russia. Kuno watch the number through reperadia. Karabazoni oblana. Ibrahim Traore takes a stand against Trump. Ibrahim Traore is fearless. Trump will never. Ibrahim Traore takes a stand against Trump. Beautiful. Ibrahim Traore is fearless. Trump will never ever insult Africa again in this life. When do you get the point now? When in double the privilege be a program and one know the bless so the one until I need including Mamua. I'm very, very happy today. I'm very, very don't say that Chukuna as a bere. Even Hanubi chagging a bere, with genuine mind, don't take it for granted. Chukuna as a bere, you can make confirmation. As in Chinekana can be can be game how we game like this, all this in the Indina Jumogo, a beck no. A bear opportunity did not say Chinekan, you may allow Kayene Mai, you may allow Kihene Mai, annual Mobiafra, or annual Mobiafra, you may allow Okago Kihana game. I won't come now, but Chinekana. Mr. Chukuna, do you know why? The reason why you ran again again. Because in the man can say, so their God we are not able to, he was not able to save them. Bob and Hannah Pugano, Chuku Kabiama, Chuku Kabiama, Chuku Muike, Chuku Nementa, Chuku Nemimo. Then a beke no Muganata. When are you going to remember? When are you going to turn things around? Can be a tons of things. Can we make us find Kahaba also? Kahafu the Okono. Some time on Abia. Time on Abia. Nagi pay attention. Nagi turn to but make sure you good. Now for you to get that answer, here nacho. For you to get that answer here nacho, make sure that you with a genuine mindset. Make sure you with a humble spirit. Now give you the practice where go there no logo. Charity begins at home. Now give you the good. Nega na fuchuku na gene buherege things one by one. Nega na fundo job very clear. Nega na funha. Nega na man how. But only one genuine mindset, the one humble spirit. A guy man when do join na no kagi no go no. He got it confused, he got it like he got it useless, he got it senseless. But you have a genuine mindset, to be a humble spirit. When the just job and I Igama, and dog get the wisdom he gave you when they saw him. He was invisible. I know so much in the kindness, but when no black men accept your barrier. Ibrahim Traore take a stand against Trump. Beautiful. Ibrahim Traore is fearless. Trump will never insult Africa again in this life. Please listen to this audio clip. Did you
hear what just happened?
Grab your own popcorn, drop it, and listen.
A young young African president just stood in front of the world, looked Donald Trump dead in the eye, and said words that no one had the courage to say
100%
before.
right, Oluchi.
This wasn't just a speech. This was a moment that shook global politics to its core. Ibrahim Traoré didn't ask for respect. He demanded it. And in doing so, he may have just started a revolution.
Peace, I'll be right back. Yes, I'm back. Because to share this program at the map is what share and I no this year and I give me here.
Ibrahim Traoré did you hear what just happened? A young African president just stood in front of the world.
Did you hear just what just happened? A young African stood in front of the world and addressed the world. Mazda Nikalo Spirit Abagonowa. Bana this guy the privilege yet connecting to the Mazda Nikalo some of them by now nezuzu. The thing I jump go. Our people need delay the thing. We say ban welfare perfect this guy now. Mazda Nikalo now spoke to the whole world now through Ibrahim Traoré. Unugafu number this guy Pera. Check here with Mazda the difference between Mazda and that guy.
Looked Donald Trump dead in the eye and said words that no one had the courage to say before. This wasn't just a speech. This was a moment that shook global politics to its core. Ibrahim Traoré didn't ask for respect. He demanded it. And in doing so, he may have just started a revolution. Stay with us, because what you're about to hear
will make
history.
This did.
Did he really just say that to Trump? The words echoed across social media, newsrooms, and living rooms around the world. It wasn't just a headline, it was history in the making. Something unforgettable had just taken place at the prestigious Global Leadership Summit in Geneva, where the most powerful leaders of the modern world had come together under one roof to discuss global peace, economic development, and the future of humanity. In a room glowing with polished marble, crystal chandeliers, and guarded by elite security, presidents, prime ministers, billionaires, and monarchs sat shoulder to shoulder. The world watched, expecting formal speeches and political small talk, but no one could have predicted what was about to unfold. From the corner of the Grand Hall, Ibrahim Traoré, the young and fearless president of Burkina Faso, sat quietly, his eyes sharp, focused,
unblinking.
Dressed in his military uniform with the flag of his nation proudly on his chest, he was surrounded
by global
giants, leaders of nations with nuclear weapons, vast economies, and deep histories of dominance. And across from him sat Donald J. Trump, the controversial and ever-bold former president of the United States. Trump, never one to hold back his opinions, had just taken the stage.
His speech
was fiery, confident, and as always, full of provocative remarks. But it was one sentence that changed everything. He looked around the room, smiled slightly, and said, "You know, when you look at Africa, you just see chaos and corruption. You don't know who's running what, and honestly, it's a mess. total disaster. Some laughed awkwardly.
Now, of course, Trump. When you look at Africa, actually, I may play in the see Trump non where put I know the main, that's number one main focus. The negative confession that came out from the mouth of Trump against Africa.
Others exchanged
Let me just go
glances,
back a little bit.
unsure whether to react. Because giants, leaders of nations with nuclear weapons, vast economies, and deep histories of dominance. And across from him sat Donald J. Trump, the controversial and ever-bold former president of the United States. Trump, never one to hold back his opinions, had just taken the stage. His speech was fiery, confident, and as always, full of provocative remarks. But it was one sentence that changed everything. He looked around the room, smiled slightly, and said,
You know,
when you look at Africa, you just see chaos.
he said, when you look about Africa, all you see in Africa is just chaos. That is what Trump said. Chaos going in Africa. They're just listening here.
Chaos and corruption. You don't know who's running what, and honestly, it's a mess. Total disaster.
Some laughed
awkwardly. Others exchanged glances, unsure whether to react.
Yes, but he uttered fact, but they are contributing to the chaos going in Africa. Trump which is a fact. But now look at, even get his attention now, how this young guy, Ibrahim Traoré, replied Trump that shook the whole world. I am the main focus. Trump, that is the word they always use for us. Chaos is what is everything happening in Africa. Nonsense, everything happening in Africa. Then who created those chaos? Who created all those nonsense? Upon the West. But they don't want to talk about how they create here. They will tell you how bad we are. They will tell you how things are getting dangerous. Everything is scattered in Africa. But they are the one causing it. They are the one setting it rolling. This guy, today, Ibrahim Traoré, the guy.
A few nodded in agreement, perhaps out of habit or fear. But not Traoré. He didn't smile. He didn't flinch. He didn't check to see who was watching. He simply stood up, not rushed, not angry, just calm, determined, and grounded. He took a few steps forward, each one louder than the last in the silence of the hall. And then, standing in the center of the stage with the eyes of the world upon him, he spoke. With all due respect, Mr. Trump, you have no idea what Africa truly is. You could hear a pin drop.
Trump, you have no idea what Africa truly is.
It's turned. Cameras zoomed in. Some gasped. Others reached for their phones. Security looked alert, sensing the tension. No one had expected this. A leader from one of the world's poorest nations was now speaking directly to one of the world's most powerful men. Traoré's voice was steady and clear. He didn't yell. He didn't insult. He simply spoke his truth. Africa is not chaos. Africa is not corruption. Africa is history. Africa is resilience. Africa is hope. He looked directly at Trump, eyes unwavering. When your ancestors came to our lands, they didn't find chaos. They found gold, knowledge, kingdoms, and peace. What came after was colonialism, slavery, looting. Generations were wiped out. Borders were drawn.
I hope the voice is coming out clear. For the message when their ancestors came into Africa, what they met was gold, silver, gold, everything. And in the West, they now turn it around and I begin to torment them. Listen.
On with no thought. Families were torn apart. And even after independence, we were left with systems built to fail. A few murmurs were heard in the crowd. Some nodded. Some looked uncomfortable. Yes, we have problems. Traore continued, but do you know why? Because our minerals fuel your phones. Our cocoa sweetens your desserts. Our oil keeps your engines running. And in return, our children get hunger. Our youth get unemployment. And our leaders get judged, shamed, or bought. He then paused, looked around the room, and let the silence speak for a moment. You call us corrupt. But what do you call the Western companies that pay bribes to steal our resources? What do you call the tax havens where African money disappears? What do you call the silence when our people die in forgotten wars you helped start? The audience was frozen. Even Trump leaned slightly forward, eyes locked on Traore. Then Ibrahim Traore told a story. There is a boy in my country. He is 12 years old. His name is Emmanuel. Every day, he wakes up before the sun rises. He walks 6 miles just to fetch clean water for his mother and siblings. On the way, he passes gold mines. Gold that doesn't belong to him. Gold that's shipped to Europe and America. He studies by candlelight. He eats 1 meal a day, and yet he dreams. He dreams of becoming an engineer, not to leave for the West, but to build his own Africa. Traore's voice softened. That boy's dream is not a visa, it's not a plane ticket, it's justice, it's dignity, and I stand here today for him, and for millions like him. By now, many in the room had tears in their eyes. Even journalists, hardened by years of political speeches, felt something shift. What had started as a confrontation was now a call to conscience. We don't need sympathy, Traore concluded. We need fairness. We need partners, not saviors. We need trade, not aid. We are not your burden. We are your equals. As he finished, there was a long silence, and then a single clap, then another, and soon the room erupted into a standing ovation. Presidents from Latin America stood. Prime ministers from Asia joined in. Even a few European leaders looked visibly moved. For the first time in a long time, the summit felt real, alive, human. Donald Trump remained seated, his expression unreadable. Later, he would tell the press, "Look, I don't agree with everything he said, but I'll tell you one thing, that guy has guts, but the story didn't end there, it was only just beginning." As the room fell into a stunned silence, Ibrahim Traore stood tall at the center of the grand hall, not with anger in his voice, but with a power that came from truth, from pain, and from love for his people. His presence alone was striking, a young man, barely in his mid-30s, standing among world leaders 3 times his age. His military uniform bore the scars of struggle, the resilience of his nation. But his words would carry the weight of a continent. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. You see chaos when you look at Africa. I see colors. I see communities. I see 1,000 languages and 10,000 songs. He turned slowly, addressing the entire room, not just the man who had sparked his response. I see mothers who walk miles to feed their children. I see youth who build businesses without power or Wi-Fi. I see artists who turn war-torn streets into poetry and dance. That's my Africa. The room was frozen in attention. No one checked their phones. No one whispered. Everyone, leaders, journalists, security guards, was locked into every word. He said, "You speak of corruption," Traore continued, his voice firm, "but you never speak of how it survives. Corruption does not grow in the shadows of Africa alone. It is watered from offshore accounts in Europe. It is fertilized in banks that turn a blind eye. It is protected by law firms in New York and London." He paused, scanning the room. letting the truth sink in. You call us corrupt, but what do you call the billion-dollar companies that extract our gold, our oil, our diamonds, while our schools collapse? What do you call the CEOs who sip champagne while children in Burkina Faso dig through dirt with their bare hands? Then came the moment that changed everything. Traore's voice softened, as if pulling the room closer. Let me tell you a story, a real story, about a boy named Emmanuel. He is 12 years old. He lives in a small village in my country, Burkina Faso. Every morning before the sun rises, Emmanuel wakes up and walks 6 miles, not to go to school, not to play, but to fetch water for his family. 6 miles, barefoot, every single day. The room was silent again. You could hear people breathing. He walks past gold mines, gold that ends up in your jewelry stores, your smartphones, your luxury vaults. But Emmanuel has never seen the inside of a classroom with electricity. His school has no roof. His mother cooks over firewood. His father died in a mine collapse, digging for resources he would never touch. Students began to shift uncomfortably in their seats. Traoré added, Emmanuel has a dream, not to leave Africa, not to escape to America. His dream is to become an engineer, to build wells, roads, and hospitals in his own village. He wants to give back, not run away. Traoré's voice cracked just slightly, but he didn't stop. That boy doesn't need pity. He needs power. He needs opportunity. He needs a system that doesn't steal his future before he's even had a chance to live it. He looked directly at Trump. You say Africa is failing, but perhaps the truth is this. Africa was never allowed to succeed. A long pause. Then Traoré added, we're not asking for charity. We're asking for change. A change in how the world sees us. A change in how deals are made. A change in how stories are told. He stepped forward closer to the center of the stage. I am not here to apologize for my continent. I am here to announce its arrival. We are not your experiment. We are not your charity case. We are not waiting for permission. Africa is ready to stand. And I, Ibrahim Traoré, will stand first. A murmur began to rise in the room. It started slowly. A few claps, some nods, then a louder applause, then more. And suddenly, a standing ovation. Leaders from Latin America stood first, moved by the honesty and courage. Then came ministers from Asia, presidents from the Caribbean, and even officials from European nations. Even those who disagreed with Traoré's political views could not deny the truth in his words. Cameras were rolling. Journalists were scribbling notes furiously. Social media was on fire. The clip was already being shared online, cut into reels and quotes. The hashtag Traoré Speaks Truth was trending in dozens of countries before the session even ended. And standing in the middle of it all was a man who had come to the summit as a young African president and was now leaving as a global symbol of resistance and hope. Donald Trump, seated in the front row, didn't clap, but he didn't interrupt either. He simply sat there, arms folded, a curious look in his eyes, as though trying to process what had just happened. Later, when asked by a reporter what he thought of Traoré's comments, Trump replied, I've heard a lot of speeches in my time, some boring, some good. That one, that was powerful. I don't agree with everything he said, but I respect the guy's fire. But the real story wasn't about Trump. It was about Africa finding its voice in front of the world. and the man who delivered the
It's about Africa finding its voice in front of the world. Africa finding their voice in front of the world. That is the dream of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Now, there's an opportunity have called, and this guy seized it. He hit it on the head, bam, to the west, in front of Trump and everybody. Russia was there. Trump was watching. Everybody heard him. All their evil plans now has crumbled. Do you get the point now?
that voice, Ibrahim Traore, was now being celebrated.
All the evil plans now they want to have against Burkina Faso. All the evil plans now they want to have against Africans, and the thing now have crumbled. That is, Emugu is shaking now. They can no longer proceed in that evil wickedness again. Oh no, we plan now be Ibrahim Traore now, and the guy across go here. Do you get the message now?
Not just as a president, but as a revolutionary. Back in Burkina Faso, thousands gathered in the streets, waving flags, chanting his name. Murals were painted overnight. Children wore shirts with his face. Radio hosts played clips of his speech.
Go to Russia now. Russia now. This 3 days for Ghana. Ibrahim Traore hold everybody for ransom. I saw one video, one clip when everybody, both white, they were rushing to shake hand. This guy was like, everybody was bowing down. That guy. Russia is happening in life. It's happening. On Africa, and though you can find them a very simple guy, and the guy not the very calm, calculative, wise. Yeah, brainwash, yeah, Jide humble Trump, humble lawyer. Everybody will not be like make conscience by force. You create there. What the guy achieved there was he created consciousness to the heart of all those European leaders. Created Africa drama. Here need fairness. Biafra needed a voice. Africa needed a voice. And the Chineke Nenyego Mazen Kala as the voice of Africans. Check here some of whom nine Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Ndo sui me achonka bia. Here for this guy name here Mazen Nnamdi Kanu get in Africa. But watch our people. He came onto his own, but his own knew him not. He came onto his own, but his own knew him not. One Egu John, this guy, let Ngozi Orobeze have a link with this guy. Okay, message na ma pra one this Traore pra na this summit here in Europe. We had diche from Ngozi Orobeze pra last week. We had diche that message Ngozi Orobeze pra na last week. We had diche na ya. Here for opera na last week, last Saturday fundraising. Exposition omere. Go and watch what Dr. Ngozi Orobeze said on last weekend, Saturday. We heard it from here, Ibrahim Traore did. Because they told the whole world, Finland, people should, that Africa must, Biafra must, you must allow us to possess our land. Now we again with choice. Yeah, they will not, us they don't get choice. They must allow us to be. That what we need is fairness. That is what Dr. Ngozi Orobeze said. Even Chokome play Iruni and Abalia. We heard it. Check it after Dr. Ngozi Orobeze make that speech on last Saturday. Everywhere, Nigeria was shaking. Nigeria was shaking. On the way, we went for that now. Some of these people are now catching up what is actually happening this time. On the way, and my foot has fools, and I don't have anything to do with them. I don't have anything to do with them. Because I'm my foot as an enemy. I'm a foot as an enemy. All these fools are mediocre. For if okay for you see this guy no nowhere, but okay for how many of us are reasoning the way this Ibrahim Traore is reasoning in as African or as Biafrans? How many of us are reasoning the way Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is reasoning? The dream only for us. I say I'm not going to disappoint you. I'm not going to fail you. But you, they want to fail me. Chineke can fail other man. Chineke can fail our generation. God forbid it that we will fail our generation. Because I'm we cannot be able to save our in the future. Our children are going to enter into slavery again. Another one. Even if one again would be worse than our own. Then it's claim yourself a parents. You cannot even fight for your generation. Ekutoku again is me. Chineke na gaponya hoko. Chineke na ga-akpọ all of them ọkụ na nke ikpeazụ a. The rain and fire is coming.
Every hour. And across Africa, millions felt a new sense of pride because someone had finally spoken their truth at the highest stage. Ibrahim Traore had not just spoken for himself.
Yes, my sister. He stayed up the consciousness. That is the main key word. He stayed up their consciousness. That is the main key word there in overall. He stayed up their consciousness. We, Biafrans, we must stay up our consciousness. Consciousness got the render. That is our duty. Here from the men now, staying up our consciousness. You know, I'm not going to comment section. We stay up our consciousness. Your family, our people, our if not any among us, when you look for them, kick them away out of your life. Kick them bara honso. Bara honso. Ikukona can around your territory. Bara honso. Work with the people with a likely mind. Nda gonna born the same thing now. I want the only way. Work with people that are positive minded like you. That is what we need. Chase away every bad energy around us. Our blessing Chukwu said Igbo will always betray their own. One, if you Igbo betray their own, na keep as well. Only one Igbo. Only one Igbo. Your own betray, your own betray one nigga. Chineke na ga-akpọga ọkụ. Chineke na ga-akpọga ọkụ. Only one Igbo. Your own nke ketere wo ka ọ dịrị nwanne onye ọzọ ketere ka ọ dịrị gị na mma gị kete ibitere. Chineke na ga-akpọ onye ahụ ọkụ. Ọwụrụ n'ọnụ abụrụ ha abụ nwanne onye ọbụla na-eplay that role ahụ na nke ikpeazụ a Chukwu na ga-akpọ onye ahụ ọkụ. Aga m etinye generation onye ahụ because nke ọbụla onye ọbụla metụrụ onye wee buru isi ya wee buru. Onye ọbụla wụ onye Igbo na nke ikpeazụ a ọ dị ka ya ndị Anambra gara aga mee the other day. Alawen Soludo a ga-akpọbata Tinubu chie ya eze. Arụ. A killer of your own people. A killer of your own people. Ka ndị Tinubu Soludo kpọbatara ewere chie Tinubu eze. Okefere otu ndị mmadụ si butere onwe ha cause. By doing so, imepegi ike ndị Anambra na ike ha na ike yere oye. Ike yere oye funa ndị ga-abatawazi na buwezi ha because ihe ha mere dị ahụ in the spiritual realm nwanne na rule us because of ha na-achọ gịnị allocation money. Ọkwa allocation money ka eji wee chie Tinubu eze ka Tinubu wee nye ha allocation money ka akwụnyere allocation money ya ka ha ga were chie Tinubu then abịazi akwụzie gị millions of naira billions of naira Soludo were egbuba then ndị Fulani esizie n'ike azụ gụ bịazi na-abịa egbuzi ya people na-elu bọm a na-egbu a na-abata because ha nwere agenda ọ na-ewere aka na-ele iro onwe ya cause. But if you na-eme that now, all those agents of distraction, all those agents of betrayal now, Chineke na gekpo ha niile ga-ejicha ala wee zere mmiri. Go and mark my word. Onwe ihe ọjọọ ụmụ Biafra mere, ka ihe ọjọọ Jenu Biafra si mere unu. Ka ihe ọjọọ ndị ụmụ Jenu Biafra si mere, ka ihe ọjọọ ha mere, ka ihe ọjọọ Maazị Nnamdi Kanu mere. O ji wee na-ata afọ ọ na-ata. Ka ihe ọjọọ PM Sam Ekpa mere, o ji wee na-ata afọ ọ na-ata now. Ka ihe ọjọọ anyị mere. Okay, just only we are asking for our own. We are asking for fairness. Just only fairness. Leave, let us leave. That is the only request we made. But I ain't. Look at Ibrahim Traore, a young boy, 30-something years. Look at what he did in Russia. Check here. I was just following. I'm just now watching the guy. My entrance, I'm again. I'm going to be Russia, be Chineke na Gozera and that Putin. The only person that understood the heart of that man. That guy Ethiopia go since. Ethiopia go that guy since. In the West Ethiopia, Okwa Russia defended that guy. Russia name something. The guy invited him. Yeah, very big honor. Ya told there now. Relax na apia number. As onye nwatakịrị papa ya dị erozi na-eju ụkwụ gbawa door. Ya si anga na speak. If ọ na-agwa Putin na Putin ole anya kịta na ewepụkwa enyemaka ya. Na ebe a nọ today na enwe aga anụ ya. Ebe ha nọ today na enwe aga anụ ebe ahụ. Na ole anya kịta ọ na-agwa Putin na the only natural resources ha nwere kịta na awụ gold. Their major export not gold. But kita na yama na-emezi invest in agriculture. And I'm going to invest in agriculture na Burkina Faso. And the reason why you invest in agriculture now, can they buy any you go there for? Can you able to go defeat any is good thing in need you for? Can we can all know what in the investors into a better? Can we can well logo? But the young one need to put in Jamaica and the two and make any make when you go there. Or quite Jamaica, a young man in a fairness. Can you make the guy was speaking to Putin. Putin should help him so that he can help him talk to the Western. Can I see her name? You see, no issue. But now in this platform, Trump will rack a rap to where the piano be for Africa is chaos. Africa is done now. Otahan is on iron. Ya see zero opportunity. Calm on down. Meze Trump educate. Cause our history. But I know how would the cause of union and in Africa. But the only thing we ask is fairness. Kafukazi otagesi we ga mekwa another evil plan again. Oba go hoto. I want my joy na abali ahụ. Okwa enwa my joy. Okwa enwa ma ụmụ ozi anyị fum siri nzicha na ụmụ ihe ọzọ nkọrọ na adị m okay for today. Adị m okay. Ntị na anụ ihe a na-aha ka drum. So it's time for our people to rise up. Get no tika this guy kuchi ọ na-ekwu here.
He had spoken for the farmers in Ghana, the miners in Congo, the street, the vendors in Nigeria, and the school children in Kenya. He had spoken for Emmanuel and the millions like him whose dreams had been ignored for too long. And the world was finally listening.
The world was finally listening. The world was finally listening to what the guy said. The awareness of the consciousness so created in the heart of all these world leaders. Do you get the point now? Putin was able to give this young guy a platform. Putin was able to give this guy a platform to speak to the world, and he was looking for this opportunity for a very big long time. And that young boy, he was using it as an example. No, this boy in Ejiokwia every day. Get nonte one Chineke na Yeremaka can cover this thing one. Yeah? This guy in Ejiokwia every day. Check out, all of us have went through this road before. All of us have passed through this level. One, I said that this boy in Ejiokwia every day on Ejiokwia na get fetch a clean water for parents here no money every blessed day. Neighbor was on a cafe. Was on a cafe, no good na diamond on a cafe. Those on that boy in a cafe every day. Abraham na cafe, no good na diamond Kelly do like there. They don't touch and be a good na diamond now every day. But this boy have electricity, Ojiwe go. But this guy will dream here, actually way builder of his nation, or America, or visa, or call has over there. But they have that privilege. But every day, and I be a good gold, they need good diamond. Near mini, Congo, and near mini. Run also, I know also. Electricity in Kitty, and Yanoha. But this guy have a dream. But I want and the chat in her fairness, who didn't hang a woman and a guy, man. But I be able to understand Africa is chaos. Africa in Gaga, you know, John, but all how they create here. Just like Mazinan Kalu told in Nigeria, who is the creator of insecurity in Nigeria? Mazinan Kalu asked them. But then they create insecurity. All on the north. Is it not the north? Is it not the north that created insecurity in Africa? On the north, the Fulani. It has an insecurity wage you everywhere. Now, then they put you blame. After creating that insecurity, every blame is the Mazinan Kalo. No Mazinan Kalo is the cause of insecurity. PM Samenepa is the cause of insecurity. You know, Nafuka Roala. You know, Nafuka wickedness, Nafuka evil. Utande fall back is a man now, fall back. After hini na man, we are the Tongo Zarabeze. When you short down on a channel here, the Tongo Zarabeze, and they be just in there by, and they be just in there by, and they be the Tongo Zarabeze, and they be a PM, and they be a PM, or come there by. Now, all this thing, and they using there by against us. This is the time of wrong. They need to find a use to kill their own people. When the rain of fire is falling upon them, because they are evil. There is time for everything. And we time manager Piatulo, and we time manager Angola. I appear to in Africa for a very long time. The time to rebuild Africa is now, and God is raising men for it. time erugo for the rebuilding. Then all and therefore the time for rebuilding. All no time of building now. You won't even time of destroy. It man plan ga work now because in a appear on the wrong time. Only name is appear on the wrong time. Time of destroying Ghana. Yanos Kitana time of rebuilding. And for it to make it, I get more awareness, I get creative. I get more the consciousness awareness. And without the consciousness awareness, there's not going to be any rebuilding among us, both spiritually and physically. Time now. I am reading now this kind of message. I am this awareness Jinapota. Kita na asking that the awareness now in the worldwide international. Wadi nenuziria Trump no ya. Onwani onye obla no ya. Ishi jo osina hokporo onye obla hokporo hanko. Ana kwa onye obla standing ovation. Onye obla drilo ya. They must bow. As in Africa, time for Africa is now. And the Biafra, go the Genesis. Onye ọbụla nwetara meseji a tụsa meseji a biko tụsa na ya ọ bụrụ ndị a na-eme apụta na-aga program onye ọbụla ga-akpọdere 200 people one aga ego onye anaghị ego asịrị nwaanyị onye isi ọcha onye ọbụla kpọdere cha na ọcha ka udele amamihe na-atọ ndị ebe anyị ka ị na-ege nọnsens ebe ọbụla a na-akọ nọnsens ebe ọbụla ife a na-agbasa aga ebe a nke ga-afụ ha ha gecha ka udele na-ege nọnsens apụta ha gechaa ya ọhụ ha apụta na nwanne Biafra Exodus nụkwara ihe nwaanyị a kwuru Biafra Exodus na nwanne nwaanyị a nke a ka ihe a ga-enwe nwaanyị a na-akụ eri kịta zita mara ada nwanne onye ọkọrọ dị aka rute sad m ga-agba gị buutu ga-agba onye ahụ buutu ya ifugo ha na-akọ those people ha na-echegharị they don't want to repent and they are shameless. How they shameless? It don't need to be. Biafran takes them, and they take Biafran. They don't take them. Really, Biafran don't take them serious anymore, because they have nothing good to offer to you. They have nothing good to offer to you. The only thing they can offer to you is heartbreak. The only thing they can offer to you is disappointment. The only thing they can offer to you is lie. The only thing they can offer to you blackmail and propaganda. Attack can end them, madam. Somebody like this Ibrahim Traore, upon any joy. Upon any fruit ornament, upon any joy, right? Upon hear the guy in the coconut joy. Or go touch your heart, Abi. Or go jinjarage. That is what we need now. I want this spirit and kind needs now. Apart from this kind of spirit, one the bonya and boot. Bonya and boot, Bafuronya and self, only anything to offer to you. Maziko choose, I see you, Chukuna Goziog, watching again. Welcome to the program, my blood. To go see again. Baha boot, one Baha boot. They don't have anything to offer to you. Iputana koeri. Gigana side in cave, van one legodi the guy, and I call the guy age your points. Or not contradict you or somebody got put out 1 month in PM Samonepa, content creator, many few years ago. No monetize the page, yeah, no, we see you not koeri. The same person may monetize by page, the same person may biko, the same person may happen, fall, back, now fall, they are not steady, they are always fluctuating. They are not constant in what they are doing. They are not reliable. What are you going to learn from them? Today honor with the Biafran government, tomorrow honor with Ogenkere, tomorrow honor with the Oyama gonna get against. Wogen Krebu go Biafra also up to the mobile account. Up to now, see my follow Biafrans. My follow Biafrans. Well, then they can up follow Biafrans. I am a Canada. On DJ Gahawe also can up follow Biafrans. Why are you listening to such individuals? They are mediocres. What we need now, mindset of Ibrahim Traore, mindset of Marcin Nande Carlo, mindset of PM Samalepa, mindset of Dotongo Zorobeze. See the way they speak, see the way they act, see the action they are putting in. Why can't you? What are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What else do you want? The time and this is now an email. The time of rebuilding. The time of arising. We are rising. We are rising to take over. And the focus. You must be focused. Middle focus when they shift. Middle focus. Shift on those and the mother fools. When either you are crawling, or you are running, or you are, as long as we are moving, we are progressing. Moving now is only, you are moving. One, as long as you in a big, ya ọnwụ na onwe ebe na-aga nwere focus ebe gbere igbe ahụ gawa elekwana anya n'azụ gbere igbe ahụ gawa a na-asị gị na nwaanyị ji na-egbusi ya nwa nnọọ nke ịma egbe igbe gbere ya gawa na-egbe ya wute obi ọchị ị ga-agbara ude ya ya ọbụla ịma agba ọsọ gbawa ebe anyị fanyị na-aga ka anyị gbaba ha na promisla asọ ọchụ nwa ọkụkọ nwe ada nwa ọkụkọ nwe ọsọ and nwe ọsọ nke a ga-agbagide gbakpuo na promise. Is it too hard for you to understand? Were godi ilu ife anyị na-atụ were godi na-aga were ya na-guide onwe gị nwanne ọnwụ na nwere you don't even need to read Bible nwanne were godi ilu ndị Igbo gawagodi ebe onye bi ka ọ na-awachi ị na-awachi ya tere ka ndị iro ghara ịbata ị na-awachikwa ya ọ wụghị ịtụ ya n'ilu ị na-awachikwa ndụ mmiri ndụ azụ ị na-ewishikwa ya to your brothers and sisters ka ọ na-ewishiri nwanne gị nwoke ọnwụ otu a some people si na-ewishi Maazị Nnamdi Kanu ọnwụ ọkwa ndị si na ọgwụkwa leaders. Maazị Nnamdi Kanu is my leader. PM Samuel Ekpa is my leader. I love PM Samuel Ekpa. I love PM. I love Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. But ị gaa n'azụ gaa na-aga ama ya mma mmiri ị gaa n'azụ ya gbuo kpom gị pụta gị na-ajụ onye na-egbu then you are betraying your leader. Because the reason why you are betraying your leader, because you are fighting against the government, you are fighting against the people that they are planted doing the right thing. Conspire against them. Then do the right thing, you are not doing it. Can they fall back? Since they fall back with something and they bring it in charge. Can he got for now? Since I fall back and nothing. Then what are you talking about? 30th of May, now I give you embassy. Also, na geba. Just go and make it somewhere. Umuchuko Kabiamba, Mary Wunkai. It's time we Biafrans must get it right. They were very unstable and uncertain elements everywhere, but God is disgracing them. God is disgracing them. One, not the guys in a conversation here, but I go in a conversation. At least I go part 1. They will Umuchuko Kabiamba. They would, because you guys are blessed. I'm happy now, because something is happening. How can I get justice from this John justice? It's impossible. Chineke na Genya justice. Not to go. Because I said, comfort to Carlo. When I call my sister John Kuram Nabelia, my Kentotra direct, on the wherever. I want Carlo comfort, my junior sister. Or John and Nabella, women don't stop. Comfort, they will. One them why, and they will. Blessing Chuku, good evening, Samazi, Sedos, Chai, and they will. Our own EJ, militant, blood. They will. These enemies are very greedy. How can they be taking from us ages and still want to continue? We all ought to wake up in this movement. There is fire on the mountain. Our hope is on God. Confirm, EJ. Our hope is on God. Then my junior sister said, Comfort Carlos said, she can want them. They will thank you so much for your prayer. Thank you, my sister. Ada Opa, you are in right direction, brother. Keep it up. You are in right direction. Ada Opa. You are in right direction, brother. Keep it up. Ada Ezane. There we Ada. Thank you so much for your word. Eze Fanny. Say good evening, my brother. There was Eze Fanny. Welcome to the program, and I salute you. Blessing Chuku. Blessing Chuku says, since when did Finland president start visiting Africa? I was kind of just around one day for everyone say photo with in the Kenya, and I saw getting them and connect was a dot. You have to go. Chineke get one day Finland. Hazuzu now. We are waiting for them. Let them Hazuzu. According to Finland, after the respect, I trabu Hanobi. Let them Kahaga Tabu Posayana now. Kamana no Kahaki put on name. A chukuna ye hegu. Uncle fu earthquake a piagodi herself. Pia earthquake a piagodi herself. Now one I put on name. A man I want Jehovah. It's a go. Triple C Joes say you're welcome. You just said you are making a whole lot of sense, bro. Thank you, my sister. Blood. There were Oluchiwa God. One, you're 100% right. No, thank you. Guys, as long as you connect the message here, go. The same spirit here now, water this message here, or you going to spread around millions of Biafrans. That is my dream. That is my prayer. That is my dream. That is my prayer. With my full spirit, with my clean heart, with my clean, humble spirit. I'm a kind of Chineke na. Chineke na enyo mo Biafra all over the world. Obi sara sara. Chineke na mehara mzame egbera. Agama awu the most happiest person. Obi sara sara. Ya obi sara sara. Onye obula na ekpe ya ka ekpere, onye obula kpewe ya. And ọ ga-eme ya. Because obi sara sara ga-akwụsị all this jealousy. Obi sara sara ga-akwụsị envy. Obi sara sara ga-akwụta bitterness. Obi sara sara ga-akwụsị sabo. Obi sara sara will do a lot of good job among us. Obi sara sara will heal us. It will even heal our wounds. Obi sara sara. Nonsense I'm tired of all this nonsense ana some oyi nde sabun fo ana some na so hoyi man. Coding lifestyle the man no kata happen is both ndu ga-ebi hapucha good spirit. You got choose the spirit of ekwensu we are na akpare. Who are you deceiving? You are deceiving yourself. At the end of the day, you nature in like get destroyed one again, and they become self-destruction. Check Vam the other day. Now Dr. Ngozi Orebeze doesn't have a place of his own to get in Biafra land. No, a place of her own. No time no na ala. Na Dr. Ngozi Orebeze. But talk when you see no a freedom fighter. Okay, when you see no a freedom fighter. A freedom fighter, no more with freedom. Masina Carlos, there is only 3 places for a freedom fighter. Number 1, exile. Secondly, prison or if you may prone a single no a freedom fighter, no way can talk connected. Also, on a put things so to way free online. Name analyze things off online. Ne quiz na trying make them mad. No who pay the agent. Then go government, this guy Iriguru from government to Samanepa, government, Biafran government have done a lot of good things for them, pay them, do a lot of things for them. Still yet, they are not happy. They defunded no independent broadcasters, nowhere, Hajobi Ochaha, people like us. When we don't need, voluntarily, now, because we hate injustice. And Pota, Hasina Hakurano. Now COS bought us over. COS bring us another lie. On down, the man gonna take it serious. Bam. If you are all now watching, you find a make it now. We pack home with no fair before not regulate because in Kinema, if you go now, and keep as well. You messed up the first time. You messed it up the first time, and you get grace. If you don't get the second one, you messed up. You want if you wanna. That is, no matter how you try to shout, no matter how you try to manipulate, if you like, continue to twist yourself in the name of your doing broadcast. It can never confuse any single soul of Biafran anymore, because you people are evil, you people are heartless, and you people don't have conscience. And shame on you, all you fools that are misbehaving online, claiming that you are fighting for us. We are fighting for who? Who are you fighting for? You are only fighting for your stomach. They're going to another proof of something you now. These people now, they claim that they were suffering for Biafra. They have suffered a lot. They have been laboring a lot. I've been way change of office. One Cherin can do on no. We so no nagapo. Up and then I send Hana Takafu. Unde the Hana sacrifice. Konyo no China get on to Queen now. This sort of figure about Chaga's week. Yotago, how we were. If you go no way, if you go no way, if you go no be hard rocha, okay, Christina, I want to tap for no one. I know no everything, even Biafran government Jehovah. I say, okay, so bad draw. With this thing, KJG, Kawre can hand over candos on Tokano. Yes, number, no get remain on that, no got worry financial sec or no guinea. No get remain, no. Finance minister, ABAB. Bad people everywhere. They don't have any good thing to offer with us. Dear friends, wake up. Ga France, thank God no move go. Dara. Maziko choose. Good evening, I'm Chinanye Golad. Say good evening, Mazi. Good job, my brother. Chinwe Keke. There were Maziko choose says Finland have forgot that they are holding Minister of Peace. Then he has not displayed peace in their country. We Biafrans is watching them with one eye. They go land now. How can I can I get channel one
Just
this
a few
message?
hours of the summit's conclusion, the internet exploded. Clips of Ibrahim Traore's bold speech, his voice, his passion, his fearless stance against a global superpower spread like wildfire. Social media platforms across the world were flooded. The hashtag Chui Traore Speaks Truth surged to the #1 trending topic globally.
I swear.
From Nairobi to New York, people shared the video, quoted his words, and celebrated the moment a young African leader changed the tone of international politics.
Winning.
Mainstream media picked up the story.
Still winning.
Headlines read, "The African Lion Roars at Global Summit. Traore challenges Trump and wins the world's respect. Burkina Faso's president sparks global movement."
Charlie.
Millions were moved, not just by what he said, but by how he
Said it.
Calm, brave, honest.
Charlie.
In Africa, the impact was seismic. Young people especially felt something they hadn't felt in a long time when
Charlie.
looking at a leader. Inspiration.
Inspiration.
This wasn't just another politician speaking in carefully crafted
Umife.
statements. This was one of their own, speaking the truth without fear,
Charlie.
in a room filled with power and privilege.
Charlie.
A 19-year-old university student in Senegal tweeted, "For the first time in my life, I feel proud. Proud to be African.
Charlie.
Thank you, Ibrahim." Traore. In Nigeria, a rap artist released a freestyle titled "We Are Not Chaos,"
Chai.
using Traore's words as the hook. In Kenya, a school teacher printed
We are not chaos. If you go the consciousness of Tigo in the matter now, people change we go confession. Western they change we go Tigo go that negativity. The way I say for time, the guy have operated their heart and removed that negativity. He have removed that bad energy from them. Then I in Africa now, they are now thinking afresh. We are not chaos. You need to talk to yourself. Now we are not chaos. I know a woman ife. I can't about one woman ife. We are children of light. I know about darkness. Oh, how I go I won't dojo. One apogo no joy, won your jaw. Apogo no jaw. Are you a bad person? Oh, apogo no job. You can't go to the new no, wouldn't your jaw. That's the people they bad. One over mad in there they bad. When they good. That's the people na to ashe. Over mad in na to ashe. When they kwezi okwu. That's the people nezuzu. Over mad in nezuzu. When they pakoro nwa no. One that is where I'm see word na one over onye obla nezuzu. When they sense. When they pakoro when they as na when they na akwairo onwe ha ugwu. You're talking my point. So tell the world, we are going to tell the world our story. All on people go our story. Trump rebe kakuka Africa. It be who we are. The guy say no. What is after time only look at who we are. No at tipira himself. Now actually rise back. And this is the time for us to rise back again. Nigeria na tipi anywa umo Biafra. Anywa na gonde Nigeria. Na ngwende zu government. Una get tipi anyi. Na anywa umo ife. We are seed. You can never overrun us. Akwa nwa kan kwechiri name. Akwa nwa kan name. Anyị kwete na a ga-eme anyị overrun, na anyị nwa sị na anyị ike anyị mechago na ike agwụgwọ anyị. Nwanne ndị akrosh anyị. Nwanne gbagide n'ọsọ decide na ịchọ ya ịgbazi ọsọ. Ka mara ihe na-aga ime gị. So we are head, we are moving. Ndị efu na-adọ anyị back, ndị anyị efu na-asị ka ha dọ achịkwa anyị back. Gbubie dị eriri ha ji na-adọ, gbubie ya ka ha dala, ka ha fall back. Akwasị na ọnwụ fall back, gbubie ihe ha ji adọgo, nwanne fall back, gbubie ya ka ha daghachikwa gị move front. Mana ọ nwere na-aga front, mmadụ were eriri na-adọghachi gị back. Ị ga-afụ onye a na-adọgo, ị ga-afụ na action ya ga na-aga backward. Go on na-aga ihu, ị ga na-afụ ị ga na-emela. So igbubie dị eriri, ị ga-afa ka enwe separation and enweghị separation na kpam ị ga-afụ onwe speed ga-eji wee ọ ga-adị ka emere gị catapult vam then onye a na-adọga adọ ọ ga-adị ka emere catapult backward. That is how it is in the spiritual realm and that is how it is in the physical realm. But ọ na-adọgo gị na-ele anya n'azụ na-eme nwanne ndị adọ achịkwa gị back gị dizie ka Freeman ike otu onye ọ gị dizie ka Emmanuel Remigius ọ gị dizie ka ụmụ efulefu Chineke na-ekwukwala ihe ọjọọ. Anyị akarịgo that stage ụmụnne. That stage, to be honest.
Copies of the speech and handed them to her students as a reading assignment. In Mali, a street artist painted a giant mural of Traoré holding the African continent in his arms with the words, "Not asking for pity, demanding respect." Even outside Africa, people were paying attention. Sure. International activists, journalists, and influencers began using their platforms to talk about Africa's untapped potential and the systemic injustices Traoré had highlighted. Suddenly, conversations around African agency, stolen wealth, and global inequality were happening in places that had long ignored them. And what about Donald Trump? When asked about Traoré's remarks in a later interview with a U.S. news outlet, Trump responded with his usual candor. "Look, I don't agree with the guy. I think he's wrong about some things. But I'll tell you this, he's got guts. He speaks from the heart, and I respect that." But at this point, it didn't really matter what Trump thought. Because the story wasn't about Trump anymore.
You see?
The real story was about a shift. A global realization that Africa was done whispering. Traoré had tapped into something deeper than politics. He had sparked a movement, a spiritual awakening, a cultural reawakening,
a sense of pride
and purpose that had been sleeping under years of foreign
domination,
corruption,
and hopelessness.
And he didn't stop at just one speech. Just a few weeks after the Geneva summit, President Traoré launched what he called the Africa First Initiative. The goal was clear and bold: to keep African resources in African hands.
You see?
The program included new contracts with local companies to mine and process gold, oil, and other minerals.
Nano?
Strict anti-corruption laws with real enforcement, even targeting. Officials within his own government. Youth empowerment programs, offering scholarships, startup grants, and training in agriculture, tech, and education. A continental task force to investigate illegal wealth transfers and repatriate stolen assets from overseas accounts. And here's the most amazing part. Dozens of other African countries expressed interest in joining the initiative.
Ghana,
Mali,
Tanzania, Ethiopia,
and even oil-rich Nigeria began sending delegations to Ouagadougou to discuss partnerships. Leaders who had once operated in fear of offending foreign powers now began speaking with newfound confidence. "We are not poor," one leader said during a televised panel. "We are rich nations with stolen futures. It's time we take them back." Traoré, once mocked by Western critics as a military populist, was now being called a visionary. And among the youth, he had become legendary. They called him the African Lion, not because he was violent, not because he wanted war, but because he was fearless, fierce, and protective. Across the continent, children wore T-shirts with his face and the phrase, "Africa First." Murals of him appeared in schoolyards and public squares. Musicians wrote songs in his honor, celebrating the man who gave Africa a new voice. And yet Traoré remained humble. In one of his later speeches, he said, "I am just one man. I cannot save Africa, but I can remind her of her power. The real
change
change
will
will come
come.
not from me, but from the people, from the youth, from the mothers, from the farmers and teachers and builders. He ended that speech with words that would be printed on posters across the continent. We are no longer waiting. We are rising, and rise they did, not with violence, not with hate, but with vision,
Chai.
unity, and dignity. Ibrahim Traore had done more than confront a global superpower. He had ignited a fire, a movement of minds and hearts. And while the road ahead would be difficult, one thing was now certain. Africa had found its voice, and the world would never be the same. Sometimes it takes just one voice to wake up millions.
Chai.
Ibrahim Traore's words shook the world, not because he attacked, but because he stood for something greater. In a time of power games and politics, he reminded us of what true leadership looks like: courage, truth, and love for your people. And whether you agree with him or not, one thing is clear: Africa is rising, and it's not asking for permission anymore. Make sure to subscribe to my channel for more.
Na wana ya message si ka wetara unu n'abalị a Ụmụchukwu ka bịa ma ntina na anu ya na aka drum okunu nwetakwara the message ọfụma. Yotago, that is very short and simple. Onwe ya karịrị integrity. Okifugo ya, this guy pụtara as onye amị, but ịba n'ime obi ya dị clean. As ọ pụtara message ya, still remain humble, brave, fearless, with a division of truth and peace, unity. I say that I mean, I am only one person, but not people in Agime. People is going to rise up, fathers, mothers, with one purpose, with one humble heart, with one spirit, with unity, with understanding. How I save all their people. And that is what I've been preaching here. And when anything different from the mindset of this man is the same mindset the same this what this channel represent, and our leader represent them. And I they follow. That is what Mazen Nanikali represent. We have been following. That's what PM Samunepa, our Prime Minister, has been following. We have been following. The same thing our Biafran government, Totongoza Rabeze, Genun Timanya Holu, Ganu message here, watch our spirit here, we had each from spirit of this Traore. Man, I dispose in our mono wine. I dispose him more wine. Man, I dispose in our buying who we are. I dispose him who we are. I dispose in our disconnected now. Mara, in how no nobi. You know what I mean? And this message are very, very simple. Or the very, very simple. And if we don't get it, when that now, you don't need to blame anybody. Thank God that now we are delivering with a sincere mindset. And dog am na na ma Ụmụchukwu ka bịa ma. And around this up, I put the message. Can kunu news directly from this guy now like kind of kunu no. Message akita na ma want to get when after to hear was the kind na akọ. We think communicate what spirit mmadụ back. But let us play this. Let us play this. Let us play this. You don't need to play with onobeleful mindset here, onobeleful with a kind mind. If onobeleful be at your child with a mind, don't play with them. Don't take them for granted. All the very dangerous. One them one and they will. I say thank you for sharing this message with us. Very powerful and encouraging. Thank you for accepting the message, and the thing was entered. The thing entered. Biafrans is one to tell their stories, not Westerners for real. When they get into this thing now, get into this.
Never test kind-hearted people. Never mistake others' kindness for weakness. Kind souls might give second. Never test kind-hearted people. Never mistake others' kindness for weakness. Kind-hearted people. Never test kind-hearted.
Never test kind-hearted people. Never test them. Never test them. If you don't hold behind your child, kind-hearted people. I'm gonna see keep young one. I'm not gonna home one. I'm not gonna home one. But if you throw reno now, we told you be your child for. You see keep young one. But I'm asking the canon no. We told your child for us. You see keep young one. Then Nigeria now one. Nigeria is actually destroying themselves. I'm not gonna home one. Very brilliant advice. Somebody gonna know where. If you don't believe Biafra close to you, even at this Biafra movement, if you be your channel, I'm gonna see keep young one. All the dangerous. Don't do that. Or don't do that. Don't do that. I'm not gonna all the dangerous. Never test kind-hearted people. Never test them. Anadire ingete. If you don't be anadire, if they come across you, man, value them. Value them. Because in Kasuka will be. Value them. Never test kind-hearted people. Value them. Or the I'm gonna implant in ourselves, creating this consciousness among us every day. Every day. I'm like you can be fine at my name. You can win new joy. You can win new strength. You can win new courage. You cannot think soundly. You can have more knowledge. You can have wisdom. Because everything and I be all some issues of heart. Oh no, bigger drama. Oh no, bigger drama. One day you can have issues. You can have a lot of issues. Try to implant kind heart. We not lose anything. I need this government. I need Biafrans. I need their citizens. We need it. Happen doja. I need preach for that to them for how we are. We are preaching to them for how all these snakes in the all these green snakes in the green grass among us. Stop it. They cannot repent, but all right. But Bara also, they are poisonous. They will poison your mind. Don't allow them to poison your mind. Get into
People, never mistake others' kindness for.
Never mistake others' kindness for weakness. Never mistake others' kindness for weakness. They know to see OSCs where they don't wear now a mother. Go to be local kindness in PM Samanepa. Check your end Finland Chorime. Check in the Finland Chorime. Upon be or Chanine Finland. I trust Charahobi, my PM, my every day only praise Finland. I want to bring Finland to Biafra. Now Finland is a lovely country. On a praise, check in Chorime. Never mistake others' kindness for weakness. Then actually was just a weakness. In I give you an argument. But I will see you as I got on where. Up to I said, Daloso. I'm going to need you for your side, man, Daloso. Check in why you will you go. You're a boy when I was here terrorists. Ne Pintia Black, Naka Jolia. Mistaking the kindness of that woman. Never you. But they're going to listen, they know they hear. Because they are head bent. They have made their decision. They made a choice of being an agent of destruction. And destruction they will get. Destruction can't get with them. The woman, sister Chikasin, well done, my bros. We are there today. Hope everybody stand with our government. How we there today. Hope everybody stand. In our joy under hope. I am my choice. So, all matter of hope, everybody stand. One only choice standing, only on his own. We don't have any choice than to stand. Only not choice stand there. Happen now. You have in the time of Noah, Nagim Onya. You have in the time of Noah, Nagim Onya. So we are not begging anybody. To the rest in all the time and they beg you now, man, this is the time. Either you are in or you are out. But I need the opportunity and put a call. As the voice crying. Let them key in so that we can move forward together. But I want to actually key in. Let them never be a discouragement to anybody that is moving forward, or the very dangerous. Never you mistake others' kindness for weakness, or the dangerous.
Weakness. Kind souls might give second chances you don't even deserve. They might let you trample them until permanent departure. But I promise, push kind people to their limits. Things change forever against you.
In Anuya, put kind people against their limit. Things will change against you. Ne push her. No way big push her. Go on, push. Go on. Was it the hunter? You will now become the hunted, and that is what is actually happening now. The hunters now have become the hunted. Always Okukawashi. Check around you. The hunters now are now the hunted. One year very, very simple. Uncle Yama watch Wako Wada and find a cook every day. Wako when was Dirana Hotaya. Because a carnally minded man cannot understand the things of the spirit.
Boundaries you thought non-existent instantly form, transform into impregnable castles. You'll never see them or gain anything again. You reap what you sow. So
you reap what you sow. Diana saying in a inokatan no a hapuchan don dojo egachua. A hapuchan non de terrorists, nebunde mado, nebunde mad nimoya name Van Sampara, Kano, Goti. They will all leave all of them. They will be going after an innocent man. Not okay with a terrorist, Webu and Elushi. All the sentinel came with Jesus. And let you know how to make Jesus. No, but I can't crucify him. And I draw me again. I say no, only claim no king of the Jew. Now, when I join me, king of the Jew. Yes, no, I'm going to be a king of the Jew. I say, at the end of the day, I'll give him a charame. Actually, Mazinan Carlo. Mazinan Carlo is just watching them. It's just, in my ones, Mazinan Carlo, and I'll tell you, go Nigeria already the truth. Go expose. Obatrame expose. Le Quenda, that evil nation. Now they promote corruption. How terrorists. Obogo noble is yoku. Unu charibu unu buzeya. Now people are need the freedom. Ocho we hojin de hawe boro. Okono ngam dele mumudu juria. Na neho na eme na okwa na yasi na wan otu ano na yama amuga anwu already. Na kono na atojo yasi na otu ano yama no ndo. Yama anwona. Yama mazina kala anwona since already. Na Biafra. Now Biafra wish, no Biafra got revive. Biafra wish had revive Kwasuli back again. But all my young one will go. No one ekuzoku on. No one I told John, never one since. Otema Kunuta no na one. We are not human beings anymore. In a book one in a bony bugu before. Millions of Biafrans Ebru, now one Gole and Biafrans need for not parents now Chapande when before not pare. Nine for not fight this thing now when they all the too deep. I mean, Kayagaga side in Kayagaga today. All the deep, got one another topic of his own. But here I go good for now. That is time for everything. This is the time of awakening. That is the time of awakening. And if you are not connected in the spirit, you know go get this clear and call. But thank God, no me if not here, no I not connected. And the hand wanted the message, and the message is not sink. So that's it before I was to say check it out. And we'll go a lot of awareness. And the international one, yeah, can be a person today, and gathering a world class age. The Trudy Apiagoya there. You see, Donald Trump, I man up my Trump, the way how to get propaganda and warner. Anything propaganda now against that Trudy, go and make it somewhere. Africans now, arise, wago. Don't go work against the kind people. One, I'm going to have the dangerous, the most dangerous people when they good. I go before. The same thing I can message from another voice here in another different way, but saying the same thing.
Think thrice before testing kind people.
Think twice before testing kind people. Think twice. Usually test kind people 2 times. If Tony na garo I say kiga chowo yoku. Na chogo ku say kiga chowo ya. You get TP life and direct.
People's energy is potent. Befriend them, your energy amplifies. Oppositely, bad luck follows.
Chai.
Understood? May Tao's abundant grace flow endlessly. Never test kind-hearted people.
One more time,
Never
call
mistake others' kindness for weakness. Kind souls might give second chances you don't even deserve. They might let you trample them until permanent departure. But I promise, push kind people to their limits. Things change forever against you. Boundaries you thought non-existent instantly form, transform into impregnable castles. You'll never see them or gain anything again. You reap what you sow. So think thrice before testing kind people. Because kind people's energy is potent. Befriend them, your energy amplifies. Oppositely, bad luck follows. Understood? May Tao's abundant grace flow endlessly. Never test kind heart.
There will no much go Kabiama. That's the message I wanted for tonight. Choose, Mazi choose, and they will say very soon all of them in Fallback Limited will return to their bag of salt, Bagam. And if Ryan will go up tonight, and that I'm very, very happy and pleased that some of you joining in tonight for us to share this message among ourselves today. Chukuna Kozia and Otago. Every day I put here and it's something naka. I enjoy bacha. So can Bokuze this last one and I Chokotazie. Chokotazie. Can you do yourself? Let me see. What is this one? Okay, so no, not this one. Not this.
They will tell us, Thomas Sankara tried to do it like this, but where is he? He is dead. The Haitian president, he tried to do it like this. Where is he? He is dead. Gaddafi tried like this. Where is he? He is dead. These are the veiled statements made to us to instill fear. And then we also often see some young people trying to follow.
Ngozi Morin, you're welcome to the program. About late today, and I around go up, but you are blessed joining in. Much I gave it watch our retinal message and pass here today. Very powerful message indeed. The first message also Zoma, there were to Google Zeg, my sister.
In the footsteps in a different way. You can hear them say, such a person ruled like this, he has the sepulchre. Such a person ruled like this, he is in prison. All this to try to scare us, to make us cowards. I think they haven't understood something. When we say the homeland or death, we shall overcome, it's not just a phrase, it has its full meaning. We are not afraid and we will never be afraid.
Yes.
We will continue our struggle. They have undoubtedly and surely scared numerous African heads of state. You often see when we speak or when we have the opportunity to be in certain situations abroad, we often make statements to call on African heads of state to wake up, take care of our youth, to be able to initiate our real development. They will.
Thank you, Muchuko Kabiama. We call it for night, call it tonight, and the internet we have gotten the message. Thank you so much, Ngozi Morin, for joining in. Thank you, Coaches. Thank you, Ijegilitas. Thank you, Chikasen. Thank you, and Chimwe Keke. Thank you, Chinenye Glad. Thank you, Paul Ozoma. A lot of you there, good John, and other people, a lot of people that I cannot mention. Blessing. Thank you for all you guys tonight for joining in tonight. And tomorrow is going to be another day. And we're going to come and we're going to discuss. Understand? And as we are moving, we are progressing. This night, as we are sleeping tonight, if it is nighttime in your area, I want you to digest the message that we hear today. I want you to ask some vital questions. I want you to put yourself in order. I want you to check your conscience. I want you to check your mindset. I want you to re-examine what is actually happening. What are you thinking for this Biafran government? As Biafran, what kind of Biafran are you? What kind of Biafrans are you? Are you on the wrong side, or are you on the good side? Are you on the right side, or are you on the bad side? Ask yourself these questions. What is your input? What is your mindset? What is your dream? Are you following the dreams of Mazina Nikalo, or are you following the dreams of the Nigerian politicians? Ask yourself some questions. Just try to put yourself in order. What do you think? What do you think about your future generation? What do you think where they're going to be? Do you understand? So ask yourself all those kind of questions, and then when you get the question, think about the message that you've received tonight about what Traore said to the world, and what do you feel? Then make good decisions. Don't make bad decisions. Allow good spirit to reign in you, so that you can put in good part in this Biafra movement, and we are getting there, and nothing is going to stop us. I love you all, and hope to see you tomorrow. God bless you. If it's the first time I'm coming across this channel, this is Biafran Exodus TV, always bringing the message of redemption and liberation to the hearts and the minds of our people. God bless you. I love you. Choose. There were Mazi choose. God bless you. One name. There were Mubonea. There were Ngozi Morin. There were my sister Ije Gilitas, and there were Chukwugozi Onunina. See you tomorrow.